So I will first start to introduce my wonderful colleague, Janne. She's already working for 9 years at Velde, which is quite a long time, actually, almost a dinosaur, let's say. She knows the B2C and B2B websites inside out. So if I have a question about the website and something technical, she's really my to-go person. And I also love working with her because she's super straightforward and very rational, and that's what I really like in our corporation.
Thank you, Desiree. Let me introduce to you Desiree. She works for 4 years now at Velde as a digital project manager. She's talented with understanding the consumer needs very well. She also likes to do some shopping herself, only to feel the experience, of course. She's an SEO expert, CRO specialist, and we share the characteristic of being a bit impatient sometimes, but that enables us to work together very hands-on and pragmatic, and we are a top team, I think it is.
Indeed.
And what's next, we share a bit of a background on Velde for people that might not know our company, that can help you in the story and the rest of the story we will tell. We will talk about our personalization mission. I will give some details on our technical implementation, and then we hope to share with you some very interesting and specific use cases in which you might recognize yourself. So Velde has as a purpose to ignite the power in women. Actually, as a main activity, we produce and we sell lingerie and swimwear towards independent retail partners. Also, our core business is B2B. Next to that, we also have an omni-channel retail brands. We have Rigby and Peller active in Germany, US, UK, and also here in Netherlands, we have lingerie. But then, of course, since we have our own brands, consumer expect a direct-to-consumer website where we, of course, sell our products, but we also aim to be a kind of example or best in class in terms of user experience for our retail partners. So the 3 brands we have are Primadonna, Marijo, and Sarda. We offer a qualitative product with a perfect fit and also with a trendy styling. We have the 3 brands, but we see them as complementary since they all target a different audience. Maybe good to know, a bra is not just a bra, like our bestseller or Deauville. It consists of 45 pieces, so it's a really complex product. As you might expect, a lot of women work at Velde, of course. The bra you're wearing can be a real conversation starter. Everybody loves the brand. We are very open about it. Everybody knows each other's size, what the preferences are. So, yeah. And then if we go to the direct-to-consumer, so our brand websites, and the rest of the talk, we will focus on that one. We have some challenges of which other people might relate to. The first one is that we need to find a balance between performance and marketing. Sometimes you know that something is working very well, but you also need to take into account the marketing campaigns running online and offline, and your website needs to align with that. Then we have a seasonal product, so we launch new collection twice a year, winter and summer collection. So that means that the life cycle of most of our products is not endless. Then we should also take into account, of course, our sales. Most of the companies, of course, do sale, but we definitely see that our sales buyer is a different buyer. And we are also internationally active, and we really see a different buying behavior in our different countries. So we sell online in 20 countries, and we see different buying behavior, but we also have, of course, the different languages and the different prices and currencies, and so on. We really want to increase the relevancy of our website and to make it as optimal as possible. So that's why we needed personalization, Desiree?
Yes, indeed, Janne. So we noticed actually that was not noticing, it was just the fact that we actually had a website that fits all users, which was, of course, when we had the idea in 22, it was already really the old e-commerce idea of just putting a website there that is the same for everyone. So you really wanted to improve our user experience because it was not as it should be in 22. Then we also wanted to automate product rankings because before it was really a manual process. So we needed to do it for every website, just for the 3 brands, for all 20 countries, and then also for all different category pages and product detail pages. So it was really a lot of work, and it was not manageable anymore to be sustainable for potential growth. Then we also wanted to tailor recommendations because our recommendations it was based actually on an algorithm that the development team made, which was of course awesome. But we noticed that there was still a big room for improvement. So also something that we really wanted to focus on in 22 and further on. And then of course, we had the lack of resources. As I said, a lot of manual rankings. So that was a lot of time that was put into those manual rankings. So we also wanted to reduce workloads by personalizing our website.
Thank you. So a little word on our implementation. For our business, before we started setting up the website, we wanted to be agile and to adapt quickly on business trends and new insights. So we set up a kind of best-of-breed architecture. So in very short, that means that we don't have one monolithical system that fulfill all our needs, but we have different building blocks talking to each other with flexible APIs. And that enables us to decide per feature which software to use or to go for custom development. And that can help us in enabling new businesses quite seamlessly. So we already had a very solid platform when starting thinking and considering personalization. So we have the web shop and we have our different building blocks with as one of the building blocks contentful as headless CMS. We also have a custom-made product service retrieving info from our PIM system or ERP system, so product title, description, price, stock, images, videos, and so on. But of course, we want to increase the relevancy on, for example, product listing pages. So we felt the need to use machine learning tools such as dynamic yield. And that's why we have made the decision to integrate with that. And since we already had a solid working website, we decided to keep on working with Contentful to build up a content page or a product listing page. We still use our product service to retrieve all product data, but now we are also able to really show the most relevant products on our product listing page for a certain consumer in a certain country and a certain specific moment in time. Okay, I will give the word to Desiree, who will dive into some more use cases.
Yes, indeed. So I will start with the first use case, and that's the one of the product listing pages, so the PLPs. So actually, when we started searching for a personalization tool, so it was, I think, Q2 2022, we had a lot of workshops, as in what is for us actually the priority when we want to personalize our website. In the beginning, of course, marketing was also there, and our first priority was, okay, we want to really personalize content and everything content related, which is, of course, nice in terms of customer experience. But, of course, in the end, we want to sell as much products as possible. So when we also did a further analysis, we also saw that we have high traffic volumes on the PLPs, because in the consideration and conversion layer, we guide actually all our traffic almost to the PLPs, also to PDP with Google Shopping, but mainly PLP. So there's a high media investment, and of course, people were landing on a not so relevant category page. So that's why we wanted to optimize PLPs. And also, when we did a further data analysis, we saw actually that the key decision moment for purchases was made on the PLP. We always expected it to be on the PDP because there, you see all those websites with their, let's say, 5, 6 product strip with recommendations. But for us, the key decision, is made on the PLP. So therefore, we wanted to really optimize the PLP because there is where, we can optimize customer experience, but also get the purchases and the revenue, of course. Before dynamic yield, as I already told you, we did it all manually. So, of course, we're a lingerie brand. We don't have like the huge collections, but still, it's a manual job to do it for every country, for every website, and also for different key pages. For example, the bras page had a different ranking compared to the lingerie page and compared to the swimwear page. So it was really a lot of work for 20 different countries. So therefore, we really needed to personalize, and that's why we actually choose dynamic yield, because they had a solution to really optimize those PLPs. And for us, that was also really the way to go. Then next to that, we also had the issue, as Janne already told you, branding versus performance. So before with the manual rankings, marketing was always saying, okay, we really want to push the products from the campaign first. And then we also want to push the newsletter products first. But in the end, those products were not always the products that would sell. So actually, personalization software helps us there to make a PLP as relevant as possible. Because we can always say, okay, but the tool thinks it's most relevant, and we also see it in the figures. So this really also helps in the customer experience and also internally with our different stakeholders. The requirements for a PLP were, we wanted to have ranking algorithms, and especially we were interested in the AI algorithms that the different tools had. And at that time, in 2022, dynamic yield was really specialized in that. So for us, it was really a convenient choice and also the most relevant choice to go with dynamic yield because they had those AI algorithms. Now, localization, I already told you we needed different ranking per country. Dynamic yield has algorithms that we can do it simply with popular in location. So a user in Germany will see different products on the top of the ranking compared to a user in Belgium, because of course those two countries are really different from each other. Then merchandising decisions. So we still wanted to have the freedom to intervene and add some merchandising decisions. So for example, we have a product with still a lot of stock, but from 2 seasons ago, then we could say, okay, let's push it at the top of the ranking to make sure that it still sells as much as possible. And then, of course, just the relevancy of personalized pages tailored to the needs of every user and not to all users. Now, to make it really concrete, how it looks on our website. So, for example, you land on the lingerie page, and then you see, it's there, sorry, I will do it like this. Then you see our menu, actually you see the ranking, it's popular in location. So everyone will see, now we're in the Netherlands, you all will see the same. But then afterwards, you click, for example, on 2 different product detail pages. And you can see here, it's blue, it's purple. So we can already see and detect that you have an interest in a certain style and in a certain color. When you would return to the PLP, then we would already show you again those products, but also adapt actually the whole ranking based on your previous click behavior. And actually, that's also the strategy that we do, which really works for us. So in general, we started testing with the PLPs in November 22, but it actually took us until December 23 before we had our first success. So it was 1 year trial and error, but in the end, it was a cool game to play, let's say. So in the end, we saw 5 to 10% uplift in purchases by optimizing the PLPs. And as I said, the key decision for us is really the PLPs. So that's a huge uplift in revenue. But it's test and learn. So in the beginning, I got a role as a CRO specialist, which was also very new for me at that time. So I tried different algorithms next to each other. So first, manual ranking versus different algorithms, and then different algorithms next to each other. What we saw is we saw an uplift, but it was like plus 2%, plus 1%. it was not like the big uplift that we expected, and that could also explain actually the implementation of a tool like Dynamic Yield. So after 1 year of trial and error, a customer success manager finally came to us, and together we decided to make a different strategy per audience. So for example, it's now new versus returning, but actually all users get popular in location. From the moment on that we know that you have a certain interest in a product, then you will get the AI algorithms combined with recently viewed, which really works for us. It's called AdaptML in Dynamic Yield. I can't explain you what it does. It's a black box. Everything AI related is a black box. I don't need to tell you. But it's the same here, but it really works for us. So we're happy with this black box. It's my favorite box in the world at the moment. So by doing this, we actually see a 10% uplift in add to cart. But more add to carts also lead to more revenue. So we're actually very happy with this strategy. And we keep on testing with it. But small adaptations, for example, adding more recently viewed placements. Playing more with, on slot 3, I want to play with that algorithm and add it. On spot 7, I want to play with that algorithm. So it's really little things that will optimize and will lead to a better user experience, customer experience, but also in the end, I work in sales, I just want more money. So that's also what we achieve in the end. So as I said, we have an XML personalization, which we use, then popular in location, and then we also have visual ML. That's also something from Dynamic Yield that we use mainly on the product detail pages. So for example, you're on Zalando or you're on Amazon, you go to the product detail pages, they have like, let's say, 5 product recommendation strips. For Amazon, that would even be too small figure, I think. But we have, for example, 3 now on our PDP. And one of those was a You Might Also Like product strip. There, for example, you have here the Prima Donna Deauville, which is one of the bestsellers that also exists at more than 40 pieces. So based on that, we also recommended, for example, other Deauvilles, because we have the Deauville in a lot of colors. It's really our bestseller. And we also, we did an upsell and a cross-sell upsell to other products as well. And then we saw an uplift of like 2% in purchases, 1% in revenue, which of course is on the PDP. For us, it's not a lot because the key decision is not made on the PDP. And then came in visual similarity. I will just show you with examples. So by doing that, we see an uplift of 10 to 15%, which is also a very good figure for us. So based on the pack shot, actually, Dynamic Yield takes all the similarities and what is typical from a product, and based on those visual similarities, you get actually a product recommendation strip that really fits the original products. So for example, the Deauville, you see actually also other Deauvilles in black colors, but you see actually more darker colors. Then the same for the Madison, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. In fuchsia, you also see all the same colors and the same styles, and the same for the third one. So it really works for us, and it also makes sense in terms of a customer experience, because you can show the consumer something that looks alike. So you can really show a similar product, which really works for us and also makes sense in terms of customer journey. And then the key takeaways. It's very important. Also, I work in sales, but always keep the customer top of mind. And for us on the website, the customer is really like the end customer, so the person, the user that buys on the website, and not the RRP. Test and learn new algorithms is the second one. So keep on testing until you find what works for you, and keep on challenging yourself to make it also. That's also fun for yourself to make sure that you have the best fit for your website. And then the third one, Janne?
Yeah, it might sound obvious, but it really helped to focus on the most relevant use cases when doing a big project. A lot of ideas pop up, but we really made big steps forward in focusing on, in this case, personalized product listing pages. And next to that, I also believe that you should respect your existing setup. It's easy to come up with something new, new software. It might sound fresh and new, but you can also benefit and make some fast progress if you respect your existing setup and work with that. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. Are there questions in the audience? I think we can take one or two questions. There's one.
Yes, thanks. Great presentation. I was just wondering about, you said something about an audience split, and that where I was a bit lost. So you did first a 50-50 split, just to check if the algorithm was working, if I understand it correctly. And then you did something of a split, which was based on also different groups. So
yeah. So first we did 50-50, and then afterwards we saw that that wasn't working. So actually we started then with splitting our audience. So we had the audience called all users. So actually all users were falling into that. But then we also tested 50-50% with algorithms within that audience, so the all users audience. And then next to that, we had an audience, for example, that have looked at 2 or 3 PDPs, so clearly has a product interest. And that audience gets the AI algorithm combined with recently viewed. But we also did 50-50 there and testing it, for example, compared to the manual ranking to see what worked best. But now it has proven itself. No, we tested it not once, but during similar times during the year. And actually now it's 100% because we really, really believe in what we do, and it really has proven to work.
Yeah, okay. I
Does that make sense?
didn't recall the 50-50 split in those specific segments.
No, sorry, I should have explained better, but this is how it's
Thanks.
One last question here from the audience. Yes.
Hi, thank you for sharing your journey in personalization. You were already using Contentful for your website, which also is offering personalization in there. But you decided to use dynamic yield on top of that. What were like the main 3 reasons to not use Contentful for personalization, but use dynamic yield?
When we talk about personalized product listing pages, we really need a machine learning algorithm to come up with what Desiree was just explaining. So, and that was not offered by Contentful.
So it's the AI on top of it, the
Yeah.
machine learning, that's the differentiator between Contentful and dynamic yield. Thank you.
Good. I want to take one last question from the online audience to you. And that's, now I have 3. I choose one. Are you worried about over-personalization, where assumptions are made based on past behavior and prevent customers from discovering new things? Do you have any worries around this? Any discussions?
Over-personalization. I don't think you can over-personalize. We have our product, and you have you have the homepage, you have the PLP, the PDP, you have checkout, you have carts. Which we always make sure that we have the most relevant personalization. So I don't think there's something like you can over-personalize. It's not like you come on a website, it's like, hey, Janne,
Buy this.
buy this, and this is like your homepage tailored to you. That's not what's happening. It needs to feel natural, and I think we really guard that we do that, and we protect that. But I don't think you can over-personalize in general.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Thanks to Dynamic Yield as well. Thanks for the questions.